Are you in the short-term rental business? Do you have multiple Airbnbs? Do you have one or two and you're trying to grow? Not quite sure which software to use, what tools to use? Are you getting a little overwhelmed? I got the video for you. So in this video, I wish I would have seen this when I was first starting, but I'm gonna go in great detail on all the tools and software that I use to run multiple properties on multiple different platforms. If that sounds like a good idea to you, then watch this video. So those of you that are new to the channel, my name is John Hildebrand. I've been hosting since early 2016. I'm also an official ambassador for Airbnb. I work for a lot of different programs and softwares. I'm always learning and growing to try to teach you guys so you make a lot less errors and you can grow your business a lot faster. Let's jump into it. You guys, when I was first starting out, it was hard for me to find, the right blogs to listen to, who to subscribe to, all that good stuff. But once I started finding that routine, I really just took it all in as like a sponge and tried to listen to everything. I tried multiple different softwares on multiple different platforms until I came down to my system that really worked for me. So I really want to turn around and share that with you guys. So hopefully that will help you run your business a lot smoother and more efficient. A lot of these programs nowadays have auto features, and hopefully if you get everything connected correctly, the business will kind of just operate mostly on its own. It will take you a little bit here and there to fine tune things and whatnot. But all of these programs I stand by, I support them, I've done a ton of research on, I use them in my day-to-day operations all the time. Just to be super clear, none of these programs are telling me to do this. I'm just doing this for you guys, but some of them I am an affiliate. So yes, if you subscribe or do that, then I do get a kickback, and it does really help me out because I'm just a small little YouTuber guy over here. Okay, the programs and smart devices that I use, I'm gonna go over, and then in great detail, I'm gonna go over all of them. And I will list all the links below, so feel free to go and check those out. So first and foremost, I use HOSPITABLE, Wheelhouse, I use Breezeway, I use NoiseAware, I have Proper Insurance, I use Hostfully, which is a digital guidebook, I use Nest for my cameras and or smart locks, Ecobee, which is my thermostat, sometimes I use Nest for my thermostat as well, Arlo, front door cameras, Eero Wifi, so I get a stronger Wi-Fi boost, Aqualink, which is for a pool if you don't have a pool, and then Rachio, which is for like your outdoor watering system for your plants and whatnot. A company called MyQ. For all my furnishing and whatnot, I use a company called HostGPO. It's a private membership. And then I use Amazon. So those are the main programs that I use every single day. And I'm gonna go in great detail on what those are and kind of show you guys around a little bit so you can get more familiar. Okay, the first one I want to talk about is called HOSPITABLE. HOSPITABLE is an official partner with Airbnb. Basically what that is, it's a PM system. It's a vacation rental software that most hosts are using right now that will automate and personalize a human conversation with your listings and the guest. One thing I love about this is all the automations I can set up. I will show you all my different listings. It says like, welcome to the Palm House or welcome to the Beverly. And then it will give a couple instructions, a link to my guidebook, and it just goes through that whole process, and it's all automatic. From the second I get a booking inquiry, any kind of questions that come in, all of that goes through HOSPITABLE. That way, if I have multiple listings, like 5 or 6 different listings on Airbnb, and then maybe I have a few on direct booking, and maybe I have some on Vrbo or booking.com or whatever, HOSPITABLE will easily sync my calendar so I don't get double bookings and whatnot. And then all my messaging is in one platform and super organized. This literally has helped me grow my business tremendously. Without this, I think it'd be very difficult because I would have to sign in and out of different programs and notifications and whatnot. Then you can go over guest experience. This is what I love about using a tool like HOSPITABLE. You can do pending reviews. You can see I have a review that's going to go out automatically in 14 hours. This is where I do my pending messages. So I do like a first morning, and this is all automatic. Also, what's really great about this too, once you start growing and you need to get an assistant or a cleaners and handyman and that kind of stuff, you can add them on Hospitable as like team members, and you can give them certain tasks and roles so they can only look at the cleaning. So the second you get a booking, it will send an automatic message to your cleaners, for example, and your cleaners will know the date, how many people, which house it is, and then I don't have to text my cleaners and remind them and all that good stuff. So pretty much game changer. Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse is a pricing dynamic software. Yes, there is a bunch of them out there. There's Price Labs, there's Beyond Pricing. Those are like the major ones. And then Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse for me was the easiest one to use, super user friendly. But what was more important to me also is the customer service. They have really great customer service. Whenever I have any questions or issues, there's a video on it, or they'll reply to me pretty quickly, help me with that problem, give me any tips. They're always educating us on different practices for pricing and blocking out your calendar and all kinds of good stuff. So Wheelhouse is my go-to pricing dynamic software. And like I said in the video I made in great detail, where you can check it out, I probably make anywhere from 30 to 40% more revenue by using a pricing tool. Now for me, this is really, really easy to set up. And since I made a video on it, I won't go in great detail on this one. Otherwise, this video will be 7 hours long. So you can see here, this is your dashboard. Again, real quick, this is your dashboard. Right now I have 7 listings that are active, a few that aren't. But these are all my listings right here, so I can quickly see what the base price is. I can search it by the base price. I can see where these are the pricing. And then I can go in more depth and click on that listing. And this is the calendar with all the pricing. Just real quick to show you. I can type in, minus 15% if I wanted to adjust it on my own. Hit save, it's all pretty quick. I hit save, and it will automatically sync to my Airbnb profile. Okay, the next tool I use is called Breezeway. I just started using Breezeway because my cleaning crew is more of a company. So my cleaning crew does all the linens and towels and maintenance and all kinds of good stuff. So Breezeway is a property care operations platform. Basically helps you coordinate and communicate between host or homeowner and your cleaners. So my cleaners are the ones that actually set up Breezeway because they use it for their system. And then they invited me as a user. And basically what Breezeway does is it has a full checklist for the cleaners, what they have to do in order to check in, all the pictures before and after cleaning, which is super helpful. There's a full detailed calendar so I can check, hey, the cleaning just started or the cleaning starts tomorrow and whatnot. If I have an early check-in or a late checkout, I can just go straight to Breezeway, let them know, it will page my cleaners. They can see that in the system. It's really, really organized. I put all of my listings in here and it automatically will sync with Hospitable. So Hospitable will automatically sync with Breezeway, and then that way, way less communications between me and my cleaners. Now the next tool I use is more of like a smart device. It's called NoiseAware. You probably have heard me talk about NoiseAware multiple times. I'm telling you, if you are in an area where you're worried about traffic or loud noise or unruly guests, NoiseAware is game changer. It is your one-stop shop for solution to help you sleep better at night and whatnot. Since you guys have heard me talk about NoiseAware quite a bit, if you're new to the channel, you can watch the videos, but NoiseAware looks like a little smoke detector, goes on top of your ceiling, and it picks up all the sound, loud noise, and it will automatically text me on my phone or my app, and it will also reach out to my guests. Now for cities like I'm in Scottsdale and noise is a very big issue, I can get fined and penalized. So this helps protect me from resolving the situation a lot quicker and not getting the cops called at my house, which could result in fines. The next piece of software I use is called Hostfully. Hostfully, you can use it as a PM system and or a guidebook. I personally only use Hostfully for my guidebooks. Basically, it's a digital guidebook for saving a lot of time making a guidebook. Not only that, it takes your professionalism and hosting to a whole nother level. Basically, what Hostfully will do is you can go in behind the scenes, you can type in your address, add photos of your house. It will pull up local restaurants, local things to hike. Then you can put in your own recommendations, which is really, really cool. And then my house manual, I can put in how to use the Wi-Fi, how to check in, where to park. All my house rules will go in here, and it just makes it really, really easy. Another thing I like, what you can do is you can print it out, so you can have a printed copy in your listing. Also, it has QR codes on every little piece of the section. So let's say you can have a QR code for the Wi-Fi, and it will automatically build that out for you, so your guests can scan it, sign straight into the Wi-Fi, or scan it and look over the house rules. I must say, ever since I started using Hostfully for my guidebooks, I have gotten way stronger reviews, especially on the check-in process and just the overall feel and easiness of the house. I get multiple compliments. Almost every guest will say something about how nice the digital guidebook was and how much they thank me for putting something like that together. So those are my go-to softwares that are kind of a must to use on a daily basis. Now, if you're trying to grow your business and you're getting multiple properties, or maybe you're managing for other people, or you're buying properties, whatever, as you grow, even one place, I would highly recommend getting insurance. So I own most of my units and I want extra insurance. I never want to rely on a third-party company. I want to take as much risk as possible and avoid any situation. So I use a company called Proper Insurance. Proper Insurance is in all 50 states of the US. I'm not sure if they're out of the country or not. Maybe they will be. They're backed by Floyd of London, which is an exclusive endorsement for vacation rentals. They're the leader with Airbnb and VRBO. So it's pretty much the best insurance company when it comes to short-term rentals, protecting yourself between you and your guests. But not only that, it also protects your home. So if you own the home, anything goes wrong with the home, they will cover you for any lost wages or any lost bookings, any cancellations, whatever. The only real feedback I have here is it is a lot more expensive, but you get what you pay for. There's a lot of insurance companies that claim they protect you when it comes to short-term rentals. Then when something happens, it becomes a nightmare. Proper, they charge a little bit more, but when something happens, they're on it, they jump on it, they have great customer service, and they really do take care of the short-term rental community and the homeowner. Now, a lot of these other ones I talk about and I use are kind of mostly for setting up your home, or the smart devices in your home. It just makes the whole process that much easier for you as you're hosting, especially if you want to be a traveling host. If you want to travel all over the place and you're not going to be right next to your location, all of these next things are just going to help you run a more efficient, smart home. So the first one is Nest, which is now owned by Google. So Nest has multiple different devices that I use. I use Nest Thermostat, which is a great thermostat. It will save you money. You can control it. You can lock the thermostat so guests don't put it any lower than 68, or you can change it to guests can't go any higher than 90, or I don't know, whatever you want to put it at, which is great. Also, Nest has a bunch of other devices. Nest has the front door lock, which works wirelessly and works on your app. So you can unlock the door whenever you want. You can change the code whenever you want. You can make different codes for housekeepers and whatnot. If there's one thing I can teach you, is definitely get a smart lock, invest in it. I will share you my Amazon shopping list as well. But a smart lock, 100% I would recommend getting. It's so much easier for the guests and it's way less work for you as well. Then Nest also has cameras for outdoor. The thing is with Nest, you have to plug them in. So if you don't have a spot to plug them in, or you're gonna have to do a bunch of work to plug them in, then Nest cameras probably aren't the best move. But having a plug-in camera, the quality is a little better. The only real negative thing I have about the Nest system in general, ever since Google bought it, it really does not work that well on the iPhone anymore. And it's really frustrating, but the app will crash quite a bit. It will freeze up and just look like it's spinning over and over again. So that's kind of annoying, but it's not the end of the world just because their actual product themselves is pretty liable. But if they're listening or anybody knows anybody over there, they definitely need to step it up on their app and do a better update. Now, I also use this on my newer home. It's called Ecobee. It's also a thermostat. Sometimes I use Nest, but I wanted to try something new. So on my new house, I put in Ecobee, and honestly, I love the way it looks on the wall. It's a little bit more modern and slick looking, so that's nice. And it's a lot easier to use on the app. The app is really, really friendly. I can lock it, but it's a thermostat. Nothing to talk about too much here. It will definitely save you energy, save you money. You can lock it for your codes and whatnot, and it's super effortlessly to manage. Once it's in, you just control a few things on the phone, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy. Definitely worth the money. I have gotten savings on my electric bill quite a bit. Yeah, I'm trying to go over each product, but I'm trying not to ramble on too long, because if I do, this video is gonna be 45 minutes. So bear with me a little bit, right? The next one is gonna be Arlo cameras. Arlo cameras, I love them. The quality is pretty good if you buy the nice cameras. Don't buy the cheaper cameras. I've noticed a huge difference. The Arlo cameras, one thing I love about the Arlo cameras, one of my places, I don't have any place I can plug it in. So it runs on solar. So I have the camera, then I have a solar panel that goes with the camera, and Arlo will fully run itself with that. They have great cameras, indoor, outdoor, all kinds of stuff. But for a short-term rental, obviously you do not want indoor cameras, just outdoor. I also really like the Arlo front door camera. I don't know, it's just a lot easier to use. It's a lot crisper than the Nest or the, what's the other one? Ring camera. I just don't like the Ring camera at all, actually. So that's good. Now there is a subscription fee on this, so I'm not really sure what that is. I think it's $9.99 to start. So you do have to pay to get the history for the videos, but pretty much all cameras nowadays, you have to pay some kind of monthly fee in order to get the histories. If you're gonna put in the cameras, you pretty much have to get the subscription. Otherwise, if something happens, it's not gonna record, and then there's no point of having a camera. And again, some of these might not be useful for you guys. You might not have all these different kinds of amenities and whatnot, but I just thought I would share everything that I use, so it will help as many people as possible. The next one is called Aqualink. This one is set up for your pool system. It's a complete pool and spa control at your fingertips on the app on your phone. Best part about it is it works from anywhere. You don't have to be at the physical home. So the reason why this is kind of like a must for me is because all of my homes in Scottsdale are heated pools. We do not let the guests touch the pool equipment. So if the guests want a heated pool, it usually takes 24 to 48 hours depending on the season to heat it. So the guests will pay to get the pool heated, and then I will go in and on my app and turn it on and start getting it heated. That way I don't have to go to the house. I can do it from anywhere. If you have a pool and it's heated, this is pretty much game changer, total lifesaver for me. Okay, the next piece of equipment that I use or hardware that I use is for the exterior. Not everybody goes all out with landscaping. Maybe they have a little bit of landscaping here and there, but me personally, I love landscaping. I like to do it for my own personal needs, but I also think it just makes the vacation rental feel a lot more like a home and a lot more sexy in the photos, a lot more inviting when guests first check in if the landscaping is beautiful. So the system that I like to use is called Rachio. Rachio is the key to your yard's health and control when it comes to watering all the needs. So it's a smart device for sprinkler system. If it's gonna rain outside, the Rachio automatically knows it's gonna rain, so then it won't turn on, which is insane. It runs on my app, so let's say it's extra hot for the next few days, I can manually turn it on and water it. I can see the usage of how much water I'm using. I can turn it off whenever I want. Also, I feel like I'm giving back. I think it's a nice thing. It saves a lot more water because it knows what it's doing. You can type in the certain type of plants and whatnot. So it saves a lot of water as well. Okay, the other system is not like so necessary. It's completely up to you. But I use what's called MyQ. MyQ is set up for my garages. One thing I love about the MyQ is it will page me if the garage door has been open for too long. Maybe sometimes I'll reach out to the guest, or I've had this happen many times, is my guests will leave the house and leave the garage door open, so I can shut it on my phone because it will send me a text, hey, your garage door has been open for the last hour. So So I can just reach out to the guest real quick, make sure it's all good, and then I'll shut it. That's great. A lot of times also I leave my trash cans in there so I can make sure that the trash people take my trash cans out and put them back in. They have access to the My Queue on their app, or they can type in a code. And then if they, for some reason, again, they leave it open or whatnot, I have that on my phone. This is what HostGPO looks like. It's a buying group for host. So you can log in and be a member. You can see all their information here. They have Williams Sonoma, West Elm, Pottery Barn, Hex Sleep, Rug USA, Ace Hardware. I mean, it just goes on and on. So if you use my Amazon shopping list, I do get a little bit of a kickback. It's nothing crazy, but you can see this is where I put everything in here for you to make it easy. This is all the smart devices I use. You can see the pricing and whatnot. So it should be really easy for you just to go in there and click and buy. You can go in here and find out what kitchen amenities I'm using. These are all the amenities and whatnot that I use throughout. But also I use a lot of this stuff at HostGPO. But not everybody can be a HostGPO member, so I also use a lot of Amazon stuff as well. All right, you guys, if you're still feeling a little overwhelmed, don't forget I am an official Airbnb ambassador. If you have not started hosting on Airbnb yet, you can join with my link below. You and I will be connected, and I can kind of guide you through this, help you get started, show you the programs a little bit more in detail. But let me know if this video was helpful, if it helped you out in any way. Go give me a follow, hit the smash, all that good stuff. You know what to do. And I will see you all next Tuesday.